Hey, have you been thinking about, should I rent my property or should I sell my property? You're not quite sure which direction to go in? I'm gonna help you solve that question. My name is Corey Lancaster. I'm with the Lancaster team of Exit Right Realty, bringing you another episode of Real Estate Talking. Today, let's talk about, should you sell or should you rent the property? And there's really no right or wrong answer. Everyone's situation is different. Everyone has different short-term goals versus long-term goals. And I'm going to just talk to you about some of the things you need to think about, pros and cons. So let's talk about the three pros first. Three pros is, one, you get positive cash flow, hopefully. Probably shouldn't rent it if you're not going to get positive cash flow, all right? The second thing you're going to benefit from is equity, right? The home value is going to go up over time. You're going to be paying the mortgage down, which is giving you more equity, which is creating greater wealth for you. The third thing is going to be tax deductions. When you have a rental property, you can take certain tax deductions, which is going to help limit your tax liability. So those are the three pros. Let's talk about the three cons. The three cons is, unless you're going to be hiring a property management company, you're going to be managing a property. You're going to have to take those 10, 11 o'clock phone calls because something's going wrong with the property. They need you to come out there and resolve it ASAP. Or, tenant hasn't paid you. It's the 5th of the month. You haven't gotten paid your rent, and now you got to make that collection call, right? So now you got to be the collection agency as well, right? So you got those tenant, landlord issues you're going to have to spend time taking care of. The second con is, what if your tenant can't pay? What if they lose their job or something else comes up in their life and now they're not paying their rent? What's going to happen? Well, your mortgage payment's still going to be due. You still got to pay that, right? And you may have to file for eviction, right? To get them out of your property. And then after they're out, right, there might be some vacancy that you may have to cover until you can get it re-rented, right? So you need to have some reserves to take all these things into account as relates to your tenant not paying. The third con is, what if there are damages to the property, right? What if there's major damages? Not necessarily damages that the tenant made, right? The tenant can make some damages, so you gotta have some repairs or some reserves ready for that. But let's just say the furnace goes out or the roof leaks, right? And you weren't expecting that, or maybe the roof is old and now you got to put a whole new roof on it, right? You need to make sure you have a plan in place to handle those type of expenses, because sometimes they can be, big ticket items. And or if a tenant moves out, right, you might have to put some new carpet, some new paint. You need to keep that in mind too, and make sure that you're planning for that. Listen, if you like this information, you have questions about it, give me a call. You want to know what makes sense, renting or selling the property, give me a call at 240-988-3173. Certainly go to my YouTube page, the Lancaster team of Exit Right Realty, see plenty of good content just like this, of Real Estate Talk and some other content, and or go to my Facebook or Instagram page as well. Listen, have a good one.